The Appellate Division is now in session. Good afternoon and welcome to the Appellate Division's admission ceremony here in the First Department. Ms. Guerrero, please proceed.
May it please the court, good afternoon. I, Veronica Guerrero, counsel to this court's Committee on Character and Fitness, am honored this afternoon to present to the court 25 applicants for admission to the bar. Further, I am pleased to report that the committee has examined the records of each applicant appearing here today. Accordingly, and on behalf of the committee, I certify that each applicant appearing here this afternoon does possess the requisite character and fitness to merit admission to the bar of the state of New York. And therefore, I do hereby move for their admission.
Thank you, Ms. Guerrero. I've consulted with my colleagues prior to coming onto the bench, and they have authorized me to grant.
Thank you.
Please extend thanks from the court to the committee for their hard and diligent work on the court's behalf. It is pro bono service to ensure that these applicants are properly vetted in order to be admitted into the bar, and we thank them for that service. It is the clerk of the court, Susana Rojas, will now administer the oath.
Good afternoon, Justice Manson-Net Daniels. Good afternoon, candidates. I will administer the oath in the form of a question. At the end, I will ask everyone to unmute your mics and to respond by saying, "I do." At this point, please raise your right hand. Everyone, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Attorney and Counselor at Law to the best of your ability? Please unmute your microphones and respond by saying, "I do."
I do.
I do.
Congratulations, attorneys. You may mute your microphones, please.
I will ask my colleagues to unmute their microphones and joining me in congratulating our newest admitted attorneys to the Appellate Division First Department. It is the tradition of this court that one justice gives remarks to the newly admitted attorneys. Today, that privilege falls to Justice Troy Weber. Judge Weber.
Thank you, Justice Manson-Net Daniels. On behalf of my fellow justices, I would like to congratulate the newly admitted attorneys. I would also like to congratulate their parents, family, and friends who have supported them both emotionally and financially. Now, traditionally, in the admissions ceremony, the justices would proceed into the courtroom. Ms. Guerrero would present the candidates for admission to the court. If the motion was granted, the court officer would then ask the candidates to please stand, raise their right hand. Ms. Rojas would also deliver the oath, and the officer would then ask the attorneys to be seated. That change in status from candidate to attorney would not be lost on the attorneys, nor would it be lost on the audience. Obviously, we would be in our majestic courtroom with its magnificent dome ceiling and the beautiful murals which line the walls, and not in our own individual homes and offices. Please do not think that because we are virtual in any way diminishes your accomplishments or your achievements. In fact, what you have achieved in these trying times and what you will continue to achieve is perhaps all the more commendable. You should all be very proud of yourselves, and you should definitely savor the moment with your family and your friends, while at the same time, of course, social distancing. I must tell you that when the idea of virtual admissions was first broached, it was met by skepticism by some. As you may have surmised, it required countless hours of planning, technological modifications, and a few miscues. However, we adapted. And that is the beauty and the hallmark of our profession. That is what being an attorney is all about. The ability to adapt, the ability to recognize an issue or a problem and find a solution, and the ability to work together to do so. These are extraordinary times, and we are all confronted with extraordinary challenges, both personal and professional. However, we are also confronted with the ability to bring about change and to make a difference. Now, the ability as well to make our world a safer place for each of us, our families, as well as our individual communities. And when I say we, it is because we are all in it together. We are all there to support, help, and to encourage each other. There are many vehicles for making a difference. It may be by volunteering to assist those less fortunate who are in need with legal issues. It may be serving as a mentor to current law school students who are facing a myriad of issues which are multifaceted and which have never been faced by law school students in the past. It may be by joining a bar association or by becoming more active in your law school or your college alumni association. The practice of law is certainly in flux. And while this may be frightening and uneasy to many, it is also in many ways exciting. It allows all of us to think beyond what has been the norm, to explore new and arguably more efficient ways of practicing law. And it allows us to explore what we can be and what the practice of law can and should be. Now, with the oath you have just taken also comes a set of principles and obligations that now becomes a part of your life forever, whether you remain a practicing attorney or not. For the rest of your days, you and your actions will be judged in light of your education and your status as a member of this profession. While many see this as a burden, it is also an honor. As Thurgood Marshall stated, each of you as an individual must pick your own goals. Listen to others, but do not become a blind follower. Do not wait for others to move. Move yourself. When you see a wrong, inequality, or injustice, speak out. Now, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that we continue to grieve the passing of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There have been many tributes and accolades paid to her over the past few weeks. For me, the words of the poet Donna Ashworth sums it up best. She states, "When a woman like this leaves our mortal coil, we owe it to her not to grieve, not to weep or to be sad. We owe it to her to rise, to be a bit more like her, to be louder and braver, so that girls born today will have new heroines to look up to. This is what she would want." So attorneys, plunge deeply. Be a bit more like your heroes and your heroines. You all bring fresh ideas and talents to a noble and great profession. Again, my congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Judge Weber, for those wonderful remarks. This concludes the admissions ceremony in the Appellate Division First Department. The court stands adjourned. Have a good day.